everyone. Welcome back to the Mason Cox Show. We've got a big preview episode today with all the games coming up over the weekend. We've got Collingwood versus Port Adelaide. Collingwood coming back off a bye. We've got Carlton versus GWS, two teams in form, looking to maybe get GWS off the undefeated streak. And then we've got a blockbuster on Sunday afternoon, North Melbourne versus Hawthorn, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be an epic one. And don't forget, we've got your fan questions at the end of this. And Brayden roasts me for what I'm wearing. Yes, you're going to want to hear this. There's a lot in this episode, but thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to get straight into it. Okay, legends, welcome into the show. Now we've got the preview, and also we've got some fan questions at the end. As always, Brayden, you're going to give me an all-time roast on what the hell I'm wearing apparently right now. So
I don't think he knows.
You got to listen to this whole thing. It's going to be an all-time. But we're going to start off with the preview. We've got St. Kilda versus Western Bulldogs at Marvel Stadium. Oh, you've got this as a fraud watch game on this sheet? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, welcome to the lab.
Wow.
I feel like Kingy and Lee Montagna. I'll be Kingy.
Oh, just talking shit about nothing. Yeah, okay.
This is, 100% fraud watch. I think I can trust St. Kilda. I feel like I can trust St. Kilda. I feel like maybe Bulldogs have more talent.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
St. Kilda lost by 1 point to GWS, your boys last week.
Yeah,
So
read into that what you will. I am picking Saints in this one because I need the Bulldogs to prove to me they can get these games across the line.
You know what, Brayden? Stuff you. I'm going Western Bulldogs. I've got this. They lost to Essendon, but they're back. They're going to be back.
Yeah.
You know, you got the big fella in the middle is going to get a million touches. He's going to make everyone look stupid, and Bulldogs going to win this.
But yeah, if I look back at the script from previous years,
Bond's going to have
they probably do win this. The Bulldogs will come out and win this, and that'll add to the frustration because it's like, well, where's this every other week? So,
well, they're both home games essentially. They both play at Marvel all the time, so it's going to be an interesting one there.
They need to win this because it's. I don't want to say it, but it's people are swirling around Bevo. It's been talked about for years. He's got the teams. He's making statements at selection, Yeah, the people
McRae thing's been the big one.
Yeah, but they're just dropping players, playing players as subs that I don't know. They're taking their young kids out to it's a weird selection headache down there at the kennel. But we'll see where they're at. Let's jump into Adelaide versus Essendon at Adelaide Oval.
Yeah.
Now this is a crazy game.
Interesting. I'm so interested in this one
because a couple of weeks ago they were junk. They're scoring 30s, and now. Two amazing performances at the same time. Are they on the up? Was it an anomaly? Was it a blip? What is
Find
it?
out.
Where
Adelaide
are
Oval. At Adelaide Oval. Adelaide versus Essendon. I think I've got Adelaide actually winning this one. I think at Adelaide Oval, bit of home crowd. They just want to see a W on the board at home. Essendon, I don't know. I still am yet to figure out exactly where Essendon sit on this whole kind of thing. Yeah. Different oval, different size. It's going to be an interesting, but I think I've got Adelaide winning this one.
Yeah, I think even if they both show the exact same amount of promise going into this game, I'd probably have Adelaide. It's just an Adelaide home game. Hopefully they've figured it out. The shackles are off. They did score 100 last week. We know how big that is.
We know what happens whenever you score 100.
So if they can score 100 again this week, I reckon they probably win. That's a big statement.
Talk about big statements. You're saying that the Bombers are on finals contention if they win this game. Is that right?
When did I say that?
Yeah, it's right here on the stat sheet. Finals on the cards if Bombers win.
I think that's a Harrison statement because I definitely wouldn't be saying that. Bombers... Okay. I don't know. Bombers are a fringe team for me.
They're a fringe team.
But I love their pressure. Yeah. I love their pressure. I love what Zach Merritt's been able to do this year, and he's taken the boys with him. And it's in particular Jake Stringer, because I don't think I've ever seen Jake Stringer lay a tackle. And the tackle that he put on Libba last week killed him. Now I'm probably like, maybe don't tackle.
Maybe just take a step
because
out. Don't go
you're a risk to all the players out there.
Big barrel, big
love
bull.
to see it. So I'm probably on the Adelaide train at the moment.
One thing that's going to go against our Adelaide prediction here, the Crows have not beaten the Bombers since 2017.
That's pretty wild.
That's not good. That's not a good statistic for us saying
wild.
Crows at Adelaide Oval with the W.
I feel like everyone's beaten the Bombers.
No, not the Crows. The Crows have had a little bit of a tough time.
Come on, you got to get them in that time.
We've both got the Crows on this one. Move into Collingwood versus Port Adelaide at the MCG.
Are you happy to be back?
Happy to be back at the old home ground, not traveling this week, which is nice, and playing Port, which is a good game. We beat them just barely last year at Adelaide Oval. That game was an intense game, rain and everything else, and it's going to be both teams, I feel like, they've got the pretty similar, list from last year, and they're going to go into it and bash each other, I guess. But I'm excited for a little ruck battle.
Yeah, who have you? You got the Newport Ruckman over there.
The Newport Ruckman?
Newport Ruckman. Soldo.
Oh, Soldo. Newport. What is Newport?
Port Adelaide.
The new Port Adelaide. I was thinking like Newport as in like a town Newport. Okay, yeah.
No.
Sorry, yeah, totally
Newport
mixed that
Oval.
one up. Newport Oval. Yeah, you've got me in that whole thing. Soldo. I'm excited. Soldo. He's got a heck of a just hair and mustache on the man. He's an absolute legend. I'm excited to go against him.
Gorney managed to get a plumber against Soldo, which is pretty wild because the week later, Soldo came out and just towed it up. So, you reckon... I reckon set that challenge for you. If you fall short, you still hit the moon. What's the saying? Aim for the stars.
Shoot for the moon. If you don't, you land in the stars.
No, but the moon's before the stars.
Yeah. So you shoot for the moon. So if you miss it, you land in the stars.
Oh, so you keep going past it.
Yeah, you go past them into the infinitely.
Yeah. Jeez, that's scary.
What else are we looking at this game?
That reminds that Sandra Bullock thing where she gets stuck out in space. Scary times. Let's not shoot for the moon. That's scary. Let's just aim high. Let's just stick with aim high. Yeah, okay. Well, you've had a whole heap of really close battles with Port. There was that one a couple of years ago because I went to they had like a singles dating night function at the MCG. Got myself a nice ticket.
Did you?
Got that blind.
Obviously, that.
I don't reckon I talked to anyone.
Yeah.
But I through the haze, the fuzziness, I remembered you won because everyone was getting up on each other's shoulders and dancing to the DJ.
There you go.
But I still left single.
Just double down on that one.
A few tips after seeing last week's. Don't fire up Charlie Dixon, because we know that's what makes him perform well. Get out there, maybe Horny Frank pull his socks down or something. Because you got to do something to get in his head because Horn Francis, Butters, Rosie.
They have an incredible midfield.
Scary.
Yeah.
Scary.
They do. They are a very, very good team. It's going to be a tough game. I think it's a pressure game. This is going to turn into very much a pressure game. Both teams value pressure highly. So that's definitely going to be a statistic to look out for on the day.
What brought your pressure back? Because they were talking about this, your pressure from last year.
Tackles and like,
so you just didn't, you just decided not to tackle in the first couple of rounds?
Just made it a focus, man. Just made it a focus. So our tackle count's definitely up and our pressure's going to go on. They have like a statistic. It's like pressure number, pressure gauge. What it is of like,
what
over
goes into the pressure gauge?
Like, hell if I know, dude. Fuck, it's just like, no clue. But if it's around 200, it's good.
That's all I know. You want it to be in the green?
You want it
green good?
Green good?
Red bad.
Red bad. That's all you need to know about pressure.
It's for all the teams out there, if you tackle.
Yeah. Hey, if you kick 100 and you get around 200 of the pressure, I can almost guarantee you're going to win the game.
Which is crazy. Easy.
Yeah, wouldn't believe it. We'll move into the next game. Carlton versus GWS. This is going to be an interesting one.
Jeepers.
Now it's over at Marvel.
Yeah.
And this is one of those games, Carlton coming off a loss, GWS tight win against St. Kilda.
Yeah.
They are, two of the teams that are in form right now, you could say.
Yeah.
And they're going to go off against it. Who do you have in this one?
I don't think GWS are scared of any oval. Like they're not scared of.
They travel really well.
They'll go anywhere versus anyone at any time. I mean, you probably got to line it up with the fixture.
Yep.
You can't just be rocking up to Marvel at 2:00 on a Tuesday. But I reckon they've got Carlton's number because now I'm a bit question marks about Carlton.
Oh, after losing the Adelaide just by 2 points.
Yes.
Maybe it was at Marvel though. So maybe there's an issue of them being at Marvel.
Yeah, maybe Carlton hate Marvel. We'll see how it goes. I'm still trying to figure it out because we've been wrong a lot. So now I'm just trying to go like branch out and just have different theories about anything because I think everything that we've predicted so far has been incorrect. So if we could just start to maybe throw some, stuff out from the left.
So you're saying do not place bets on our predictions.
No, hell no. Definitely don't.
So who do you have in this one, Carlton or GWS?
No, I got GWS,
man, so I'm assuming it's GWS.
Yeah, I got GWS.
Yeah.
Massive out will be Sam Taylor.
Massive out,
because he would just blanket one of their fours.
Yeah, and they need that with Charlie up there.
And
it's going to be interesting. They're going to have to find someone else to fill that role.
They do have good replacements. Their backline.
Yeah, they're solid backline. I do have Carlton winning this game. And it's going to be the first loss for GWS.
Midfield battle.
It is going to be a midfield battle.
They got Walsh back.
Going against it. Yeah, Walsh, and he killed it last week.
But he also killed it and they lost.
Yeah, true. But yeah, it's going to be interesting if Carlton lose this 2 losses in a row, and then I think everyone's kind of got all this hype around them at the moment. Obviously, they had a loss over the weekend, so maybe the other teams are pretty happy about that. But
yeah, I agree with you. If they lose 2 in a row, they could really capitulate, I think is what you're saying.
Well, it's the whole thing. It's like, you know how the media works. It's like you have 2 losses, all of a sudden, it's like everything's gone wrong. And you're like, oh, well, maybe we just lost 2 close games.
Vossi's lost the boys.
Yeah, no, it's something bullshit they'll make up. Okay, we'll go to the next game, Brisbane versus Geelong at the Gabba.
Yeah, you know what? Fagan lost the boys, but now they've won.
Now they're back.
So that he's got the boys back.
Yep, they're back on.
Brisbane, Geelong. See, this is one where it's like Geelong get tested because they've been versing the Norths of the league. And they're undefeated. So now they go up and they verse Brisbane at the Gabba. Hopefully Brisbane
lost 2 at the Gabba this year,
figured the Gabba out because they couldn't win at the MCG and now they can win there and they can't win at the Gabba. So they've flipped it. But let's see how they go against Geelong.
A few ins for Geelong also. You got Danger and Hawkins are going to be back.
Who are they? Are they kids coming through?
No, I don't think those are going to be kids. I'd reckon those are some
they
high quality players. They could almost be
father-sons by now, how old those blokes are. But yeah, they're going for 6-0. Surely there'll be a stat throughout the week come out. If you're 6-0, you're guaranteed to win the next 2 grand finals or something.
Yeah.
Because we always hear those ones. But yeah, if the Lions are without Charlie Cameron, is that what that says up there?
Yeah.
Suspended. Could be.
Might be.
Oh, he has those. He had the little dump tackle.
It out. Yeah. But it is going to be an interesting one. Geelong, I don't have winning this game. I think Brisbane now has found a little bit of their groove. Now getting the ball rolling. I think they're going to get the win at home and for that Gabba crowd.
Whose fault that was? North Melbourne.
What?
North Melbourne gave Brisbane their first win, and then they remembered how to win. And then they
gave them confidence.
Now they're winning.
Now they're winning.
Thanks, North. Thanks.
A massive win over Melbourne at the MCG last week.
So now they're unstoppable.
It would blow my mind if this was, Geelong just absolutely blowing this out of the water.
I don't know.
I don't think it's going to happen. I think Brisbane's going to win the Gabba. Who do you have?
Yeah, I'm going Brisbane.
Yeah.
Brisbane at the Gabba. Gabatois.
The
hopefully they're back.
We got the next one, West Coast Eagles versus Freo at Optus Oval. What do y'all call this? The showdown?
The Derby or
the Derby.
Derby?
Derby or Derby? I'm not really too sure, but it is the WA Derby.
Did you say Parma or Palmy?
Parma.
Me and Harrison say Parmo. We're trying to make it happen.
What the hell are you a Parmo?
We're trying to...
Can we stop? This is just ridiculous.
We're trying to bring Parmo in.
No. just full stop. No.
I like it.
We're not doing it.
Sounds
strong. We're not doing it. You might as well just bring Parmesan back.
West Coast Freo, don't get fooled by West Coast performance last week. They're still shit.
Oh.
So, Freo is going to win this one. This is my patented, bring up the graphics, cue sound effects, the Cox lock of the week.
Oh.
The cock lock.
The BC lock of the week.
Yeah. Can we go with the
chastity belt of the week?
We go with that.
Goes to Brayden
lock
and
it
the
in.
Freo Dockers.
Give them the old cock lock, the clamps, put it on them because Freo win this game. They got the midfield, the forward line, the back line, Harley Reid. Who are they going to talk about?
I don't know.
He's going to get, don't argue, I don't even know. Luke Jackson this week. Good luck.
Good luck. Yeah, I've got Freo winning this one. I don't think Freo is going to have a high-scoring match. I don't think they're one of those teams that scores a lot. They're very defensive.
They're boring.
They're tough to watch at times, but it is working for them.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things. They've lost a few games, yes, but they have been close games that they've had an opportunity against good opposition too. So I've got them beating West Coast at Optus Oval, Optus Stadium. But yeah, it's going to be one of those where we have the win of West Coast last week. We see, if they can build on that momentum and try to get another win on the board.
I want to see them be able to take the shackles off and
just play free.
Risk a score to get a score. Get to 100. Let's do that. Get to 100, which they did a couple of times. People are talking about they only score 60 earlier in the season. They got a couple of hundos or 100 and thereabouts. Let's jump into Sydney Gold Coast Suns. Now, your boys are up against it for this one. Sydney fresh off the bye. They're coming in mint condition.
Gold Coast had a convincing win against Hawthorn. Don't tell me this is just going to be a blowout. I've got to go with my boys. Don't get me wrong. Tough choice.
Good, man.
Swans at the SCG. But the Suns have been looking pretty dominant.
It's not that big a trip. It's just
not
up
too far
down the road.
Yeah, same. It is an interesting one, though. Obviously, Suns have had a pretty hot start to the year, so it's going to be tested against one of the best teams in the league right now with Sydney, who's come off a bye, like you said. So they're going to be fresh for this one in front of a home crowd. I have to go my team, but if there's a game that I'm going to be going, this is unfortunately probably not going to go in our way, it's probably this game.
This is rough because you're on the Suns every week, and they're just not going to win every week. Man. They're just not going to win every week. But GWS, I'm on. I reckon they could win every week. I'm giving this to Sydney, the other Sydney-based team.
Yeah,
they're just good, and they need to be winning these games. If they're going to be that dominant top four.
You've got to win these.
They're a top 4 team. They got to get up and in there. North Melbourne versus Hawks. Fucking hell. Do we have to watch this? They should,
No, you wouldn't believe it. It's a Sunday afternoon game.
let's just not broadcast this one. We'll throw it back to the old school. They just do the if you haven't seen the game, look away now, and they just read out the scores on the news because we don't need to watch this. I feel like this is a game we don't need to watch.
Clarko versus Mitchell, just bonanza. This is the most exciting bit about it.
They should just punch on in the goal square.
Oi.
And
who do you got?
That determines the winner. Clarko is just...
I feel like Clarko, he's a menace. I reckon he'd fight to the death.
Yeah. But Sam Mitchell is just he's the same. He's a scrapper. Yeah, I'd just have to go youth. I'd just have to take Mitchell. I'd have to go
youth. Anyway, so who's going to actually win this game besides the whole fist fight in the goal square
thing? See, this is the one I want North to win. Like, I want North to be winning this. Yeah. What right does Hawthorn have to be winning this over North's list? Their list is like, arguably, Hawthorn's list is only just starting their rebuild kind of phase.
Younger.
They're like maybe 2 years into it.
Yeah.
North is like freaking like 6 years into this rebuild, and we're still like in first gear. Get it going, come out, beat Hawks, celebrate, remember what it's like to win, and then just keep doing that.
So is that how you have North Melbourne in this one?
Yeah, North.
Yeah, I'm going to choose North on this one too.
Pressure.
The first win on the board. North ball is going to happen.
The problem is both are coming off that loss as well, but maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it'll be a real good game because they'll both be cracking in. Low skill, high pressure.
Yeah, man,
they're still fun games to watch.
Yeah, Sunday afternoons. And then after that, we've got, there's Melbourne and Richmond both have a bye. So a bit of a refresher for both of them. We talked about them, maybe needing it with a few injuries on the list. It's going to make them better for the long term of the season. But that is it from the games this week coming up.
That's it.
Now, this is one of the parts where we blossom, right? This is the footy questions. This is where we give back to the community. This is the reason why we're here. We want to give back to the people that listen into this podcast.
Love this. Love the fan questions to death.
Now,
obviously, like we talked about, this means we don't have to do as much work because the fans do half the heavy lifting for us.
Yeah.
It's good. I feel like Patrick Cripps after Sam Walsh came back into the team. I just get to chill out for a week.
Jeez, it's a subtle.
If Patrick Cripps makes it 17 minutes into this podcast and he hears that, I am fucked. But
that's that. Good luck finding out.
Questions. Let's jump into this one. This is from Lockie to you.
Yeah.
Who's the GOAT? Greatest of all time, and that's all it said. So it didn't say.
Yeah, I'm going to say every sport whenever he talks about this, and I can't go past Serena Williams. I think you look at the total championships, the total amount of wins, and everything else. Like, had a kid in the middle of it, a bit of why not? You got MJ. Had the baseball. Little blip, I guess, that he went and did in the middle of his career. Obviously, won a lot of championships. But if you're looking at numbers, statistics, it's tough to say it's not Serena Williams.
How's it not Novak Djokovic?
He's getting there. He's not finished yet. You can't say he's the GOAT yet.
He's already the GOAT. He's better than the other guys that were considered the GOAT. He's better. Like, he's flogging Federer.
I will say
Nadal.
The amazing thing is, he did it in the industry, in a part of sporting history where there was other gun tennis players that were playing. So I'm still going Serena.
I still think it's a dope sport that it's like, that's hard. Anything that's one-on-one, mentally, and your brain.
Is so strong.
I would just capitulate.
Oh, what else we got?
We got it from Jaden, probably Stevenson. No, it's not Jaden Stevenson, but he wants to know who's your favorite Dacos brother. It's got to be one. Favorite son.
Oh, I love them both, let's be honest.
That doesn't matter. We need
Peter
one.
Dacos? No, I'll go. No, I do love them both. They're absolute legends, but I'll probably play midfield a bit more with Nick. So I probably see a bit more of him in the center. Like Josh does play in the midfield, but he plays on the wing, so you don't probably see him in the contest as much. So I'll probably interact with Nick on the field a bit more.
Cop that, Josh. Hates you.
Oh, come on.
And he's been around the club longer.
Not true. Come on.
You're not making an effort to get to know the boys.
On, move on to the next one.
Best midfielder in the comp from Dan Walker. Dan Walker sends him in all the time.
Bontempelli had a slow day last week. Wasn't as much as probably as previous weeks, but I'm still saying Bont's one of the best in the comp. His ability to move around the way he does at the height he is and the weight he is so impressive. He can go down and take a clunk. He can absolutely just smash through people and get out of tackles and break whatever's in front of him. But he's one of those that is just so multifaceted in their midfield. It's tough to go past him.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of something, but nothing. Got nothing. This one, would you rather kick a sick goal, Sharkers, or take a huge hanger from Mountie?
I actually think it's the hanger. Because if you look at like what people remember more, it's a hanger.
Yeah.
Sick goals get kicked every week. Let's be honest. But a hanger that just lasts a lifetime. Oh, but the thing is like whenever I jump in the air, it's not really that impressive because I'm not really getting off the ground as much as, Jeremy Howe and stuff like that. Where like if I got on someone's shoulders, 110 kilos, they collapse. They don't hold you up.
Yeah.
They just fall from underneath you. Yeah. So you don't really get that nice looking just clunk above people's heads.
I'm going to run with a couple that you've taken. So obviously there was the big chair ride that you got against Essendon that time where you looked like you were sitting on an invisible seat.
Just hanging out.
It was it was odd. Goal? I feel like the running bounce goals are always hilarious. Yeah. But you did one against Richmond, not in the 2018 prelim. It was like in a normal game. And you balked around like 3 Richmond players and like snapped the goal. And it's like, what are you doing? Where'd that come from?
I was confused. I was like, where's the handball receive? Someone come and take the ball from me.
It
and
was
then snap one from like 40.
That was wild. I reckon that's probably my
I was more surprised I think that went through after you could see in my face of like, holy shit. I actually went through the posts.
There was that one like a stock standard like from the pocket, you kicked that snap like last year. Or
from versus Geelong.
That was pretty wild.
That was pretty funny.
It went through perfectly. Let's jump over to the general life questions. We do love these. This one from Beckmack. What has surprised you about Aussie culture? I read that so slow because the font is smaller for that.
Sorry,
what has surprised you about Aussie culture?
I would say one of the weirdest things is the bread for sausage rolls, sausage sizzles. The whole like white bread. It's so weird to me. Like I understand that Sunday at Bunnings you get it, but like the fact that you don't have just like a bun for a hot dog, that is like a very American thing, right? We have hot dog buns in America, and like whenever I came here and saw a slice of bread used, and I told someone this week, and I was like, it was as if you had nothing else in the pantry.
Yeah.
And you're like, what can we put together here? Okay, we'll throw some even hundreds of thousands, butter and bread. We'll just put that together. We'll slap it on and feed our children with it. And it is one of the weirdest things. But like I think the multi of what y'all use for bread here is just like there's no limit to it.
Yeah, we got
anything you can just slap bread on. You're like, yeah, that'll be good.
We got sourdough and shit. Like,
we do have fancy bread too. It's
good. We have good bread. I don't know.
I would say the food here at Tim Tams and a few other things, and Vegemite, we're not going to go there.
I don't think we're picking out food because you guys are that obese over there.
Sugar and everything. I'm not saying it's better. I'm just saying it surprised me.
Different types. I reckon we have got you guys that far covered for breakfast. It's not.
Oh, without a doubt, and coffee, obviously. But
all right.
We'll move on to the next one. What did you do during the bye week from Laurel 26?
I'll answer that.
Yeah, what'd you do?
You asked.
Because we were both sick.
Yeah. I did a lot of work. We had a flat out week. And then been setting up. We got a studio tour. We got a couple of tours. Got a couple of new podcasts starting up. Business is booming.
Saw a fight podcast over the weekend.
Yeah. So we did a 6-hour live stream of UFC 300, which was pretty wild.
Long time. Jeez.
But yeah, it was basically setting up for that. In between just flemming it up.
Loving that.
Which was great.
Delicious.
I was so tired all week. What about you?
I had a very wholesome little weekend. I went to the markets, got a new plant. I'm very much a plant guy. My house is like full of plants. Socials. And they're thriving, I'll be honest.
Real plants.
Real plants. Everyone says they're fake, but they're real. Green thumb myself.
You get a lot of light in your apartment?
Enough. Yeah, enough. I'll open the windows every morning for it just to make sure my babies are happy, It's the only responsibility I have. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have a job. Oh, sorry, I have a job. Sorry, I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have a dog. Sorry, not a job, a dog. So very little responsibility. So my plants are my biggest care at the house. But yeah, just went around, had a nice coffee, chilled out, caught some friends I haven't seen in a long time. And it was nice little weekend.
Nice. Now this will split the nation from Zach Matthews.
Yep.
Jocks or silky boxes or full briefs, like
silky boxers.
Fuck me, who's still wearing silky boxers?
That's a present from your wife or girlfriend for sure. Silky boxers, come on,
silky
man.
boxers. Flashbacks of like
you think you're Hugh Hefner or something?
Flashbacks of like high school where the guys are like wearing the silky boxers and their pants fall down and like the silky boxers mushroom out of the top of the jeans. Freak, it's a bad look. I don't know what girls were looking at us going like, fucking hell, I got to be attracted to one of those.
I've got to be attracted to that.
That's cooked. And boner territory, gonna say it. Silky boxers. Don't like them. Jocks, I'm not going with those triangles. Like when I was a kid, maybe. When I was a kid.
The whitey tighties now.
Oh, no, thank you. It's boxer briefs, like the full briefs.
Yeah.
Like the bike shorts almost.
Yeah.
I got those, the bamboo
like the
ones.
Oh, so nice.
Oh,
what is it,
step ones?
Yeah. Are they good?
I swear they must think that I have like stocks in step one because I tell everyone. And that's the only gift I ever get from my family for every occasion, birthday, Christmas. I just say, load me up with step ones.
There's a nice little nugget for you.
I got about 400 of them. They're the best.
That's absurd. Okay. Well,
they're the best.
Jocks is the answer. I think silky boxers is fair way down the list.
No, full briefs. You going with the triangles?
Sorry. No, is that what jocks are?
Yeah, just the triangles.
Is that what the jocks are? Triangles. I kind of thought they were. I am the briefs guy, but
yeah, because the briefs are
like I'll call jocks
like boxes, but made out of like jock material.
We just call whitey tighties back up. I don't even know.
I think
there's skid stains on the back.
The triangles would just cramp everything up too much, wouldn't it? It's a lot of
real old man territory.
Really secure.
Right, we don't need to dissect out.
Really secure, but way too tight. Way too snug.
Right, let's move on to the next bit. Your favorite bit. You just love this.
Well, you've got plenty of updates to come out of this one. Yeah, stacks. Kids.
Do I want kids, Brayden? I would love kids. Can you imagine pop out a kid? I've got a few contracts I think I've verbally signed with a few people that are over 6 foot where if I don't, have a kid before like 35, you just have a kid with them, push them off to the NBA, make a bit of money, and just see the financial benefit at the end of it. I
feel like that's slavery.
A little bit, but it's okay.
But, so
kids
everyone wants to know about the father-son. You're eligible for father-son, 100 games.
Yeah.
What, will we be seeing a 8-foot Mason Cox running around?
Without a question,
Have you thought of kid names? Mason Jr.?
No. My middle name's Troy, so maybe Troy. Troy's a strong name.
Troy Cox.
If I did have kids, I'd put them in basketball early. That's what I would do. No offense, AFL. But, I wouldn't mind kids, though. One day. What else we got up there? What did I put on my Hinge profile? What do you put on a Hinge profile?
Do you have a voice prompt?
I feel like voice prompts are a bit weird.
Nah. Oh, yeah. Every time I listen to one, I cringe.
Yeah?
Yeah. Actually, now I need to remove my
something that's funny. Something that'll engage conversation. Isn't that the point of the prompts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It's hard.
It's
I don't know. Google it. Google it what the best one for Hinge profiles are.
Anything you need, ChatGPT. I ChatGPT everything, bro.
ChatGPT.
Every email if you've received an email from me and it doesn't sound like an 8-year-old wrote it, I ChatGPT'd it.
Love that.
Because I am dumb, bro.
Yeah. I would say.
You can't say yep, you prick. Have you been on any dates lately?
Oh, man.
Have you?
I have, actually, recently.
Have you?
Yeah.
Tell us all about it.
I ran into a guy with the Mason Cox
You ran into a guy and you took him on a date?
No, I didn't take a guy on a date. I actually did. I did have a bro date the other day.
I saw this with the plants?
No, well, that wasn't. This is like a couple of weeks ago. And we're sitting there and like it was just us in this back into this restaurant and this girl comes in to like order a drink and she's got a little cavoodle and the dogs aren't allowed in the restaurant.
Right.
And she's had a few shampas. And she kind of walks over and like kind of looks at us, and gives a look to our table of just 2 dudes sitting there having a nice dinner. And just drops the dog. Not drops it, but like puts it down. Puts the dog down? That's not, no. Just
puts it down
casually, puts it on the floor. Let's go with that. Yeah, puts it on the floor. And the dog, obviously being a dog, like looks around for the next human being to go run to. And like we're the only 2 people in the actual place. So the dog sprints up. Jumps on one of us, whatever it is.
You
yeah, your dog is nuts. That's
I feel like it thinks you're a
That's
tree.
Scary. Your dog scares the shit out of me. But this dog runs over to us, and it was like the ultimate opener. It was but it was so obvious though that we both kind of chuckled about it. And she had quite a few drinks, you could tell. And then the lady that we had made friends with that was working behind the bar saw this whole interaction and comes straight over and was like, "Miss, you need to leave." It was like, you need to leave this table. And kicked her back outside.
What was your line? Did you drop your dog?
No, but the weird thing is, on Friday night, I saw her in line at this speech that I went to, speaking gig. And she was in the line getting water behind me, and I don't think she even knew who I was. It was so bad. She just had no clue. I was like, yeah, I reckon she's had one too many drinks that night. That's for sure. She doesn't remember anything that happened. And I asked her at the end, I go, how's the dog going? And I said the dog's name. I'm not going to say it here. And she was freaking. And she's like, how the hell do you know a dog's name?
Mason Cox asking about my dog? Yeah, but you date.
Yes, I've been on a mandate. Sorry.
That's it. I feel like you're lying to us, but
there's something else.
I went out to the bar. I went out on Chapel Street, which is why I got sick.
Yeah.
Because I shouldn't ever leave the road that runs between my house and the studio, and it serves me right. But I feel like this girl was trying to chat me up because she was watching the footy, and she was like, "Oh, I put a tip on the Bulldogs to win by this much," and we're watching it and I was like, "Oh, you'll fuck this up. You'll stuff this tip up. Your tips are shit." And then I just kept dancing. And then I was like, later, I was like, "Oh, she was probably chatting to me."
She's trying to get an open conversation.
Yeah, I just shut it down.
Someone told me this the other day that Australian men don't approach Australian women.
No.
Is that a thing?
Well,
men are afraid to approach women here in this country?
I don't know. I don't.
Maybe when we put this out to the world, is that the truth? Women, did men not approach women in Australia? Is this an issue?
Yeah, but I think we've been through it. But I reckon it's if you're ugly and you go up to a hot chick and you're like, "Hey, how's it going?" It's like, "Oh, this creep came up to me and started harassing me."
Okay, well, what's
and
that?
then it's like, if the same person came up and said the same thing, but they were good looking, it's like, "Oh man, this hottie fucking tried to chat me up."
Let's reverse this situation, right? What for a male is an acceptable place and time to start conversation with a female? Is it whenever you're ordering drinks at the bar? I feel like that's the time to go and kind of be standing next to someone. You're kind of in the same vicinity. Be like, what are you getting? What's the drink of the night? Or what are you celebrating?
If you're chatting someone up at the bar, you're looking for a different thing. It's not.
What do you mean?
I'm not thinking married my wife and had kids because
everyone meets somewhere, brother. Well, it's either that or your Hinge profile.
Yeah, pretty much. It's either that or the Hinge profile.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, I don't know. We don't approach. I don't know. Not me.
I think it's approach to the bar, or you sit next to him. It's got to be some kind of in the vicinity. Somehow you kind of cross paths.
Yeah. Another side note from the Chapel Street trip was I went out with Gast, our good mate Gast,
Gasty, yeah,
and he got egged on the way home.
What?
And then he was like, "Oh, I got
in the car."
No, he was walking home.
He got egged while walking.
Leaning out of the car threw an egg at him.
Oh!
And then
is this the new milk into the?
Yeah. So then,
this is the new milk
then we were
onto the boat.
He was just texting me about it, and we were like, "Oh, that's wild." And then he was on TikTok, and some girl was like, "I don't know if it was just me, but I got egged on the walk home from Chapel Street." And then in the comments, everyone's like, "I got egged on the walk home from Chapel Street."
It wasn't just a baker's dozen; it was more than that.
Serial egger going down Chapel Street, just egging people.
Golly, that would be a rough thing to go from one bar to another, get egged in the head, and you're sitting there covered in egg juice going into the next place trying to hit on someone.
Poor girl was the girl on TikTok was like, "Oh yeah, I went in, got into a place, washed it off, and went home immediately."
Her night
ruined
your night
and all that stuff.
What a dick.
Yeah.
That's not fun. Whoever's doing that, stop. Also, egg.
Stop egg.
I feel like that would hurt.
Yeah, an egg. This chick got drilled in the back of the head. Not where you want to get hit with an egg, if anyway.
It's one of the smaller eggs.
Now this one, we can move on to this one. Best outfit choice for first dates. Now, Mason, if you're only listening to this, let me describe what Mason's wearing. And he has no idea that he's doing something terribly wrong.
Is it that bad?
So he's wearing black jeans, and obviously his legs are 4Ks long. So they're not that long.
It's not long enough.
I can see a lot of ankle.
Yeah.
And I can see a lot of ankle because he's wearing ankle socks. He's wearing ankle socks, runners, and black jeans. White ankle socks.
Yeah, they match the white shoes.
Now, no one wears ankle socks anymore. And
is this an issue?
I feel like there's only a certain thing that you can get away with ankle socks. It's got to be I don't know. I feel like it's an ick for a lot of girls.
So what's allowed? It's either no show
long socks.
or long socks.
But you can't be wearing – it's pretty hard to get away with white socks and black jeans too. We're talking off air. I feel like a bit of Michael Jackson going on if you're doing that.
Oh, I think I'm nailing it.
So, yeah, you got to You can go with the black socks, but they've got to be long socks.
White long socks, no offense to you because you're wearing them right now, but I don't feel like they look good.
See, there's not many people on the planet Earth that think like white long socks. They're fine. They're good.
Okay, all right. Maybe it's a red flag to wear white.
I'm looking at so much socks. Ankle right now. I feel
it's a big ankle, but I mean it's a size 16 for hoof. You know what?
Big flippers.
It's big flippers.
So would you wear that on a first date? Shorts on a first date?
I would wear this on a first date. I wore a leather jacket out the other night. That was a big statement. Yeah, I felt like John Travolta.
Did you pop the collar?
Yeah. Well, it was too small to pop.
Rolled into the date and you're like, hey. Well, forget about it.
I tried to crash an 18.
I'm dating here.
I got to tell this story, actually. I was walking the street the other day with one of my friends. And it's like before we had a few drinks over the weekend. And there was this party on this top of roof of this building next to my house.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I wonder what's going on there. You know, just big disco lights. There's people partying out the back. I was like, oh, maybe it's like some little house party or something. So kind of like waltz in and you see it's an event space. And I'm looking at my friend and said, oh, should we go out? Should we just crash the party? Just check it out. I don't know. That was kind of fun thing to do. Just walk in. There's no way of like knowing who it was or what it was for or anything. So we're sitting there looking at it. We find out it's an event space and the elevator comes down. We're having this conversation whether or not we go and crash it. And then the elevator stops and people get off. And we're walking next to them at the same time. And I was like, before they get out of there, I was going, oh, I guarantee you we could walk in. No one would say anything.
You're 7 foot tall, bro.
Yeah, I know. Or someone, whatever it is. And the people walk out and it's like 4 like 17 or 18-year-old girls and like 2 parents. And I was like,
don't go in.
I look at my friend. He goes, yeah, no, I don't think we're going to go in. And then the girl's like, oh my God, like we're a massive Collingwood fans. And take the phone. I was like, oh, what's going on upstairs? And like an 18th birthday party. I was like, all right, cool. We're going to go. We're going to leave this. We're out of here. We'll see you later. Have a great night. Enjoy. I thought it was like a business event. I thought it was going to be good fun. Yeah, maybe someone was like 30 years old or something, but it was an 18th. So glad I didn't hit the button to go up in that elevator. That would have been a rude awakening. Be like, oh, floor 7? No, must be floor 5 I was trying to get to.
That's where you're at. You're like, ooh, business party. That could be fun.
It was in like a business building. I totally misread the situation. It was an 18-year-old's birthday party.
Now, speaking
of... Can you imagine an 18-year-old just show up, just rock up some random?
Now, speaking of misreading the situation, goodbye kiss on a first date. Yes or no?
Depends how well it goes. I don't think the first date is... What I find awkward is, you know, whenever you drive someone home, and you're in the car and the whole lean over the middle console kiss. Yeah. That's always weird.
Yeah.
Especially the first. That's always a tough one to get around.
I go with the dap up.
You don't dap up a female, do you? No. You said that and I was like, he does do that. In my mind, I was like, I can see this.
I've had we got feedback over the you smell good thing, which was actually a joke last podcast when I said it. It was a joke. Got some good feedback.
I think it's the kiss on the cheek.
Yeah, so I reckon it just depends on how many drinks you've both had. I want to make that clear because if you've had a ton of drinks and she hasn't, don't go in for the goodbye kiss.
Definitely don't do it.
Because that's criminal
From personal
charges.
Experience, Brayden?
Yeah, so I had gone in. We've both had kisses, drinks.
Both had kisses with who?
Well, yeah, we shared a kiss. We've both had drinks, and then I went the kiss, reciprocated, but then got a weird look after. It was like... and then she walked
misread
off.
Misread the situation here.
I know straight away every time where it's like, never see you again.
Oh, gosh.
Like, it's more one way. It's like them looking at me going like, what the fuck? Why am I here with
Do you think they look at the mo and they're like, either you like the mo or you hate the mo?
Yeah, it's real split. And like, that's the benefit of having the app. They see it.
I don't know if I'd recognize you if you didn't have the mo.
Yeah, now I'm scared to lose it because it's like, what do I look like under there? A child.
You probably have white skin, like suntan, hasn't been seeing the sun in 10 years type scenario.
I'm gonna do this as well because I reckon I'm in that bad a shape. Like all those questions. I haven't been on a date lately. I went on that last date that was a car crash.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is like I'm a soldier, right? Tell me what to wear, I'll wear it. Tell me what to do, I'll do it. Tell me what my hairstyle should be. Tell me where I should go. I need advice down to the T. So jump onto my Instagram.
Dude.
Go to
holy smokes.
Brayden.Cox.
You're giving me and everyone else full control.
Tell me what to do. Because like this is what I do, right?
Yeah.
I go to the same guy to get my hair cut.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, he was fired. So I walked in there. I said, you'll do. Whoever the guy there. He had scoliosis so bad he looked like a question mark. And normally, I wouldn't point out someone's
to the podcast.
Normally, I wouldn't point out someone's physical flaws, but he fucked my hair up. So screw him.
So you're not going.
And he's like bent ass spine. So and then I just go into Uniqlo and I drop like $600 on 50 of the exact same t-shirt, and then I just wear the same thing every single day. Because I'm doing the business thing, and I don't have time to think about the other stuff. So I need you to go, for all those, like, I need girls. I don't need guys to come across and tell me what to wear because they don't know. So girls, this isn't a creepy ploy. Come over to my Instagram, DM me, be like, wear this, wear that, go here, first date here. Ooh. Tell me what to do. Because I have no freaking idea. And I'm not taking advice. I'm not taking advice from Mason Cox who walks around with his ankles out. I need good advice. I need good advice. Where's a first date? Yeah. Because I just take them to the one same spot.
Oh, no.
And eventually the bartender's going to be like, oh, you were here last week with a different person.
Oh, is this who you're talking about? Jessica? Is this Jessica?
So I don't need that. Anna, I need some options. I need some clothes. I need some. Okay. I'm starting at scratch. I'm starting at the bottom. Hands
Revamping.
Up. Hands up. I need help.
Love that.
The first step, admitting you have a problem. Second step, getting help.
Getting help.
And not getting help from you because you're single and alone forever.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you. We're going to end the podcast on
I'm not taking advice from Harrison either. I see him laughing away behind the
He's the only one that's actually going to miss us here.
Yeah. Jesus, I don't know.
All right, we're going to end the podcast on that. Hopefully everyone enjoyed the preview and a bit of the fan questions. Thank you, as always, for putting them in. Really appreciate that. It's always good fun to connect back with what everyone's interested in about our lives, about football, and everything else that is included. But a massive, massive thank you to everyone that's involved. Hopefully you have an incredible weekend ahead of you. The footy's going to be incredible. We'll see how it all pans out. There's quite a few little interesting matchups over the weekend, but it's going to be a good one.
You'll smash Solder. You'll smash him. Plumber.
Time will tell. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next week.
See ya.